What is up, guys? Eric here from Real Film Reviews, bringing you another movie review, and this time for the new film, Moonlight. Moonlight stars Mahershala Ali and is written and directed by Barry Jenkins. It is the story of a young boy starting out in Miami who, I believe he is about 10 when the movie begins, and we get to see 3 different stages of his life as he grows up there as a young African-American gay person living in sort of the projects of that area. I knew very little about the premise of this movie going into it. I watched it on a whim. It showed up in my theater for like 2 days and I knew I had to see it, so me and my friend went, and this movie is one of the most human stories I have seen all year, and honestly in a very long time period. The movie is shot and written in such a real way that none of it feels fabricated. This feels like we are actually watching this boy grow up and go through all of the struggles that he has to based on the life he lives. I'm not going to give away a bunch about the story because we get 3 different stages and there's tons and tons of things that happen to this kid, and it's honestly so touching of a movie to watch. It touches also on very, very important topics nowadays. It touches on race, masculinity, choosing who you are as a person. How are you going to act? What are you going to do? Because only you can control your actions in this world. It touches on sexuality. It touches on all of these major issues that are affecting millions of people in this world, and it touches on them in an extremely beautiful and real way. Mahershala Ali is really the only actor in this movie that I think anyone would recognize. He played the captain in the Hunger Games films, and he's had some small roles here and there throughout this year and the past few years. He's absolutely phenomenal in this film. He's getting a lot of Oscar buzz for supporting. I think he deserves the Oscar. I've seen a lot of other performances that I think can contend with it, but I think he'll probably win with how amazing this movie is as a whole. He's super great, and then other than him, this whole movie is full of really unknown actors, and they all do a great job throughout the film. And one other small detail about this movie that they do so well, I feel in movies sometimes they don't take the time to get actors that realistically look like the younger version of the older actor that will be playing them. However, in this film, you go through 3 stages, and there's only 2 characters in the movie that we see through those 3 stages that have different actors. But the work that they did to get actors that genuinely look like they are a younger version of them is phenomenal. It's amazing. They do such a good job at it. They genuinely look like the same person growing older. This movie's written extremely well. The story is great and original. I'm sure this movie will get an Oscar nomination for the story because it's a beautiful story and the dialogue all feels very, very natural. And the one big thing I want to point out is the directing and the cinematography in this film is gorgeous. I've never seen anything by Barry Jenkins before. I don't know how much he's done before this, but this movie looks gorgeous, and all of the long shots that they take, there's some really long takes in this film at times, and they are shot beautifully, and the camera work is absolutely amazing throughout them. The only small issue that I have with this film is during part 3 of the film. I'm not going to call it the 3rd act because each part of the film really has acts itself, but the 3rd part of the film starts off kind of slow. It drags a little bit until we start to learn more about what's going on. But once it does, it picks right back up and it's really good. But I would just say at that point in the film, there's just a little bit of a pacing issue. I'm gonna give Moonlight an A. This is an absolutely beautiful film to watch. It's a beautiful story. It's shot in such a great manner. All of the performances are Oscar worthy at best. And I really enjoyed this movie. Seeing it in theaters was great. I'm really happy I got the opportunity to see it. And if you can see this movie, I highly recommend checking it out. Well guys, as always, I'm Eric. If you enjoyed this review, please do like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of Moonlight, share everything we do here on Real Film Reviews, and I hope to see you guys later.